Hi, this is Nick with Wolfman Repairs, and today we got P.T.O. I've never heard of this game before, but I bought it as not working, and it's got some green, crusty junk. Gross. So we're not going to stick this in the Genesis just yet. We're going to take it apart first and see if we can clean out that green, crusty grossness. So for that, we need a 4.5 game bit, I believe. Yes. Haha. Oh, and there's two of them. Whoa, that's a big board. Well, I didn't know they had batteries. Well, that's pretty neat. That's kind of like a Super Nintendo cartridge. Huh. All right, well, that's pretty unfortunate on these pins here. It's pretty gross. So what we're going to do with these pins, we're going to get some white vinegar and see if we could soak them down a bit and see what we got after that. So let me go get some vinegar. All right, so we got a little white vinegar in this container. Let me grab a napkin, put that underneath. See if this corrosion will come off. Now hopefully under the corrosion there's some pin left. Otherwise we're going to have to figure out how to rebuild pins. It's already starting to come off. So let's just keep going at it. Get our fiberglass pen in on this. Alright, I'm just going to let this soak in a little vinegar for a little while. Just like that. Get it really nice and full of vinegar. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, well, it's been a few minutes. Let's see what we got going on now. I mean, this pin right here looks like it's gone up on the top. I mean, we don't need that pin. You know what? Let's get this under the microscope so we get a better look at it. Microscope incoming. All right, well, this is what we're working with. Doesn't look that good, fellas. Pretty much missing this pin here too. This one might be savable. This one doesn't connect to anything, so we're not too worried about that. Same thing with this one here. Let's see if we can scratch it off a little more. I don't know if there's anything left of that. Ooh. Yeah. This is still vinegar I'm using. Yeah, there's nothing left to that pin. Alright, well, the only choice now I think is to remove all the corrosion and see how to rebuild a pin. And half of this one too. let's get some IPA in here to get rid of all this vinegar I had. Yeah, I'd say those two pins are pretty well gone. This one here, this one here. Oh, these two as well. But we're not worried about these two. They don't connect anywhere. This one probably doesn't have continuity, but we're going to see if we can try to rebuild this first. See how that turns out. So let's get started. I got some copper tape. I'm going to try that and see if we can rebuild these and go from there. We're also going to remove some of the solder mask on these traces too, so we have something solid to solder to, hopefully. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, let's see if we could solder these on here now. So they are just taped at this moment. Okay. That might have worked. Let's hope. Cut the excess off the copper tape. Okay, clean this up. Let's see what we got. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, to be honest. I've never had to rebuild pins before, but let's check continuity between the end of the pin and up here. Okay. I mean, so technically it should work, but I just don't know the longevity of, yeah, the whole thing's kind of moving. I have an idea. Because like, as soon as I put this in the machine, it's probably just gonna pull this up, right? Definitely this one. Let's do this. Let's lift this up. Maybe we can solder it down to the pin that is existing. Get some flux and some solder on this. Same thing with this one over here. Let's do that as well. You know, I don't want to play this only once and then this gets all jacked up. Come on. That might actually be stuck down pretty good. Yeah, it's moving. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, now we're all messed up already. Need better tweezers. Alright, just come off. You are gone now. Now we're done with you. Alright, So the plan is to put solder on the remaining parts of the pin and then see if we could solder this piece of tape over the top. Smells horrible. Okay, let's just check for continuity on that real quick. Oh, the stench. Need a fume extractor. Alright, cool. So that's a little more solid than how it was, with just the tape. Come on. Back in the board holder. Okay. Let's go for this next one here. I feel like it's a lot more solid than it would have been if we just had left the tape. It still wiggles around a bit, but let's check for continuity on this one. Okay. Let's clean it up a bit and see what we're looking at afterwards. I mean, I think that's as good as it's going to get with all the corrosion we had on this. Let's check the other pins and see if they need any work. Let's just check the back of the board. Look at those pins. These pins are pretty gnarly. If I were to go ahead and try to scrape off all that stuff, we probably would have been here for a week. So let's start at the beginning. Alright, well, I say let's slam it back together and see what we got. Microscope, outgoing. Oh man, what did I knock over? All right, let's clean up this mess. Whoa. Don't want to spill the vinegar everywhere. Whole workbench will smell like a salad. All right. And there's our repair. Not sure how long that's going to last, but we'll give it a shot. All right, grab our Genesis, throw it on in. And we got nothing. Let's try it again. We still got nothing. Well, it looks like our repair held up. So that's pretty cool. Let's check all the other pins for continuity and see what we got after that. If that doesn't work, well, if that doesn't work, we might not be able to fix this one. I couldn't even say it. It's so sad. All right, let's give it a shot. Continuity coming up. Ground. Okay. All right, so we do have continuity on the front where we need continuity. Even our little repair here has continuity, which is good. Let's try the back. Now these two pins should have continuity together because it's both ground. Okay. All right, so everything on the back has continuity as well. So last thing we should check, sometimes these chips have diodes in them that go bad, these chips here. So let's check that. So what we want to do is be on diode mode, which we are. Red lead on ground, which in this case it is in the middle. So we can do the middle pin or the two end pins, and then we want to check each pin to see what reading we get. So it's about 500 to 6 something we usually get for these. But if you have one that's out of limits or it's really, really high, then there is a fix for that. So I'm just going to go through these and I'll let you know if I find anything. All right, well, we do have one pin all the way out here that has no reading. So we're going to put a diode between this pin here, which is ground, and this diode here. It's a 1000 ohm diode that we're going to put in here. Oh, not a diode. 1000 ohm resistor. All right, let me get the stuff set up. I'll be right back. All right, so here's our resistor. Now we're going to see if we could make it go from this pin here all the way on the end to ground. We get a piece of tape, give us a little hand. If I can find the end of the tape. There we go. There's the end. All right, that'll keep the resistor in place. Okay. Technically, we have it hooked up right now, but we're going to solder that in. But let's just give it a little test here. See, now that reading is 527, which is close to the pin next to it. So let's go ahead and solder this in and see what we got afterwards. Okay, cut the excess off. All right, there's our little resistor repair. let's just move it away from this a little more, from this pin. I don't want it touching by accident, you know, with us shoving the cartridge in and out or whatever the case may be. Bend it a little bit more. There we go. It's more like it. All right, let's slam it back together. See what we got now. Come on, P.T.O, let's see. We still got nothing. Come on. Nope. All right, one more time. Let's try Sonic to make sure that our Genesis is not freaking out. All right, Sonic works. One more time. Come on, P.T.O, you got this. No. Well, there must be something else wrong with it. Yeah, I don't know what else we could do with this. I mean, we could clean up these pins better. These pins are pretty gross. Let's try that. So we got everything on the back is okay, the pins. I've seen worse that play, so the back is all right. Oh, you know what? Is that touching there? That might be touching. Let's move that out of the way. Let's test for continuity, make sure that that's not touching. Because if it is, then that's probably our issue. Now we're good. It's not touching it. We don't want to ground this out too. Yeah, I think we're fine. Yeah. All right, so we ain't touching there. But let me grind these pins down a bit and see what we got after that. I'm not going to have you sit through that because you've sat through enough already. But let's just do that. All right, well, I used the heck out of a fiberglass pen and just grind down as much as I could of this corrosion. And I think we don't have any corrosion left on these pins. So I'm gonna give it a good wipe down with some IPA. You can see where the cartridge was on this. So we're kind of looking, well, we look okay. There's still a lot more on there. Hang on. More scraping. All right. Well, I think this is as good as we're going to get it. So let's throw it into the Genesis and see what we got. Let's check this battery first. I'm just looking at this. I'm like, you know what? Does it need the battery to run? I mean, I don't think so if it's like a Super Nintendo cartridge, but I've never seen a Genesis one with one. So let's just check this battery real quick. We got 3 volts in there, so it should be all right. All right, Let's throw it back in. Let's see if we got anything this time. Come on, you could do it. All right, license screen. All right, yes, woo! That is awesome. Wow. Guys, I didn't think this was going to work at all. I've been working on this cartridge for over an hour now. Oh, that is so awesome. Woo! All right. Well, we got this game working. That is so awesome, guys. You have no idea. I am so happy right now. I thought we were going to have to put this in the I can't repair it pile. Let's get a controller and let's try this out. All right. Can we not skip this? Is my controller not plugged in all the way? I'm so excited. I guess we can't skip this. That doesn't make any sense. Let's try restarting it. Yeah, skip it right away. There we go. Yeah, you had to skip it right away, otherwise it just keeps playing, I guess. Does it have a saved game? It does not. Oh, it does. It does. Haha. Oh, this is so awesome. I don't know what this game is. I've never heard of it before. I also don't know what to do. We'll do that one. Okay, I don't know how to play this game, obviously. But that's so awesome that we got this working, guys. I thought that there was no way that we'd get this working. It needed a lot of work. But wow. I'm ecstatic right now. So let me know if you guys have ever heard of this game, played it. Let me know what you think of the repair. And I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate your comments. And we'll see you next time.